My name is Merly B. De Castro. One of the trends and issues of prisons and jails is the bad hygiene of the prisoners. It is common because of the lack of facilities as well as the overcrowding of the prisoners. It is dangerous because it will lead to diseases. It can be skin disease or viruses. Common example of skin disease is the eczema, wherein it spreads from one person to another. Another is the viruses that can also spread from one person to another. That includes the prisoners, and the jail officers. Bad hygiene can lead to serious health conditions, or worse is death. This needs to be addressed. So while they are in the rehabilitation, they can still preserve their physical well-being.
I am Marlene D. Matulak, BS Crim II ECHO. Due to the war on drugs of Duterte administration, since July 2016, the Philippines has the highest jail occupancy in the world, for which hundreds of thousands of people have been jailed. First, and one of all the issues in prison and jail management here in the Philippines is the overcrowding, where prisoners sleep next to each other without having enough space to move. But despite of that issues that they have, the improvement of the prison and jail conditions are continuing to take concrete steps towards it, and also the treatment for the offenders.
I am Leilin Frias, and this is my opinion on trends and issues in the Philippines, which is the prison gang. Prison and jail in developing countries like Philippines can usually be characterized as hazardous and chaotic places for offenders. Due to unlimited resources, the prison are left to be run by ruthless gangs, but not overall, of course. Gangs are responsible for much of the criminality inside. The rivalry among different gangs, there's cases that inmates either died or in critical condition, but the system is not exclusively about crime always. In fact, many inmates are kept busy with legitimate activities and do their time productively. Despite being viewed as dangerous, there's also a positive aspect of gang life in the seemingly chaotic conditions that are often overlooked yet crucial for inmate survival. As one of the Filipino traits, which is being family-oriented, gangs provide a substitute family for those who have lost contact with outside relatives.
I am Marian Barrera from 2ECHO. Trends and issues of jail and prisons in the Philippines. Like the overcapacity of the prisons and bursting at the seams. The inmates take shifts when to sleep because of the crowded prisoners. The state of food budget for each inmate is also relatives who bring their meals and their essentials. It also suffers from the different problems like an inadequate counseling services for the offenders, educational, vocational, training programs. Somehow, this may be the reason to increase rates of violence, suicides, and the self-harm, and the possibility of having corruption, especially the high death rolls due to the dirty living conditions and inmate violence.
War on Drugs. The war on drugs began in June 1971 when U.S. President Richard Nixon declared drug abuse to be public enemy number one and increased federal funding for drug control agencies and drug treatment efforts. In the Philippines, the Philippine Drug War is the anti-drug policy and action of the Philippine government under President Rodrigo Duterte, who assumed office on June 30, 2016. According to former Philippine National Police Chief and Senator Ronald De La Rosa, the policy aimed at the neutralization of illegal drug personalities nationwide. Duterte made a plan called Oplan Tokhang. Oplan Tokhang is the police anti-drug campaign during the early part of President Rodrigo Duterte administration, where officers would visit homes of people accused of being involved in the drug trade.